Hey, Shalom, Akim, Yabatazah, coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahawashi. Double honor to the elders, great millstone, much love and respect to brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect, during all afflictions, and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yahawashi, Waharakak Badash, Barakatam Aki. I want to go into a lesson or a topic regarding how you as an individual, you're not in control of your own life. You know what I'm saying? Once you come into serving Yahawashi, there's order. There is a certain way a man of the Lord is to conduct himself and to go about being in the body with other Akim and brothers. There's an order. Okay? And like in the world, everybody is their own man. Nobody can tell them what to do, this, that, and the third, right? That's pride. When you come into this body, it's about mercy. It's about humbleness, meekness, lowliness, okay? And not with eye service, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do in the world. Brown nosers, ass kissers, somebody at a workplace is lazy as hell, but once they see the boss come, they start moving fast as hell because the boss is there. Just to be seen that for that moment, this individual works. But while the boss is gone, he's idle, and Yahawashi talks about the same thing. But the thing is that Yahawashi knows men's heart. He sees all things. And there is brothers that have been endowed with the spirit of the gift of the spirit of discernment, and have the ability to see certain things, have that ability, and you cannot hide. Okay, so I want to start off with 1 Timothy 6:1. It says, let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor. Okay, but not with eye service, not with lip service. You see what I'm saying? With sincerity, okay? With sincerity, because you can give lip service to the Lord all you want, but He says, you show much love with your mouth, but your heart is far from me. So the one of the tests that He has given us, and really it's like the grounds for ourselves to show that love towards Yahawashi is how we deal with the brotherhood, the brothers, and I ain't talking about your own fucking family members that come in, his brothers. Scriptures say that he's gonna make your household, a father against his son, a mother against her daughter, but a man's foes shall be of his own household. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's gonna really count. So you're under somebody, you are under that yoke as you are under Yahawashi. Because Yahawashi has given certain men the authority, the leadership to govern, to look at the wellness and the state of the flock, man. To feed the flock. Alright? Like I said, you got guys that do whatever they want. They speak whatever they want. There's a whole roll that we're commanded to eat. And there's different aspects of the scriptures that have to be spoken of. Not just what you think you should speak. You need to dig deeper if you don't have anything to speak about, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more stuff than like, you see a lot of these guys, they go into the meat. They want to go into the meat, but they're forgetting the milk, man. The milk is the basics, and that's what keeps you rooted and grounded in Yahawashi. If you can't even do the basics, you don't really understand the meat. You don't have no foundation. They just want to sound all knowledgeable, which is vanity, man, which is pride. Okay. Oh well, I know this breakdown. I know this, whatever breakdown. Okay. Well, what does it say about brotherly love, man? You know what I'm saying? What does it say about one's conduct within the body of Yahawashi? You know? What does it say about the tongue? What does it say about the mind? What does it say about the eye? You know? What does it say about the flesh? You know? But guys want to go into the meat of things. Not having their exercise, their spirit or their senses exercised into righteousness or godliness, man. And then simple-minded people will watch these guys and think that they're men of the Lord because they researched and they found out about certain information through history, you know. But they don't ever go into anything else. They ain't edifying somebody, an individual, on how they should be. Because the Lord, it's more than just knowing that, man. It's more than just knowing the history. You got to better yourself. You got to and teach. You know, you got to teach and better yourself and teach other ones that could be destructive to themselves, not realizing it. You know, they're not guided. They don't have the answers, so you have to give them those answers. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of the Most High and his doctrine be not blasphemed. And a lot of guys, they don't want to go into the gospel of Yahawashi. Why? Because they're ashamed of Yahawashi. You know? Even though we know that the whole book is a testimony, the spirit of prophecy, the testimony of Yahawashi, according to Revelation chapter 19. We understand that. He comes written in the whole volume of the book. But a lot of guys don't want to come into the Gospels, man. With the written words in red with Yahawashi. It says that the name of the Most High and his doctrine be not blasphemed. And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort. You see? And a lot of guys don't want to teach and exhort about these things, about brotherly love, about being servants, about being subject one to another, but rather with eye service and lip service. All right. Come on, man. That's why a lot of guys end up falling out, man, because it was all the serving of men. It wasn't the true foundation wasn't there of serving Yahawashi. It may have started out that way, but somewhere within that walk, it was distorted. They lost that path because they weren't studying. They weren't reading the wholesome words of Yahawashi, man. The engrafted word. They were too busy reading the prophecies, you know, trying to get the understanding of the book of Daniel, you know, the book of Revelations. You know what I'm saying? They weren't desiring the sincere milk of the word, man, where you are to grow thereby. What happens when a baby starts chugging down that bottle, man? Starts sucking on that nipple. What does it do? Those that have experience with children and actually had to sit there and watch your woman breastfeed your child, or you having to give them the bottle, what happens when they start eating fast? They start choking. You know, they start throwing up, spitting out the excess of milk that they were trying to consume. Getting milk up their nose, their nasal passages, getting earaches from it. That's how a lot of guys are in this truth, man. They don't know how to pace themselves. Study. Meditate on the prophecies, man. Listen to counsel. You have to be subject unto somebody. You can't just be out there on your own like if you're a fucking... It don't work that way, man. Even I had to be under certain, individuals in my my time of being, when I was going out. Even before I went out, I was getting counsel. And still to this day, periodically I'll check in with the brothers in Dallas, man. But you have to understand that when you come into this truth, that you're subject not only to Yahawashi, but to certain men that are in this truth. And you got guys out there that they don't want to be subject unto other men. Well, guess what? You're going against the order that Yahawashi has set up. And people will be like, well, those are Paul's writings. Yeah, but who was Paul inspired by? Yahawashi, man. And a lot of things that Paul was saying, it makes sense. It's true. Even when he says, though, I speak as a man, or, it's true, man. You gotta use discretion. And that's a thing that a lot of these younger guys, they don't got discretion. You just headstrong, man. You think it's just balls to the wall and fucking, I'll deal with the consequences later. No, man, you got to be calculated. You got to be circumspect, vigilant, keen, wise. Can't be that crash dummy. Going 0 to 60 and then boom, you hit the goddamn wall and you flying out the windshield, man. That's what these dudes are, man. Y'all are a bunch of crash dummies, man. Y'all don't know how to pace yourself. And I'm not talking about pacing yourself to where you're not reading, you're not being proactive. You're pacing yourself as you're being active, but in a steady manner, a consistent, steady manner, that you're not consuming yourself, man. You're not bugging yourself out. It says, if any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing. Like I said, man, you can't, in my prior videos, you can't be looking at guys on the highways and the byways, every man that decides to go on the highways and the byways and is teaching, and and it starts getting subscribers and followers and this, that, and the third. You can't give that man credit, man. You could salute him and be like, hey, shalom, and watch him, test the spirit, see how he responds to correction, and if he changes that, changes that and receives that correction. If they have a pattern of not receiving correction, there's gonna come a time where you will be cut off. You know what I'm saying? So it's you can't just be giving somebody credit all the time just because they're out there, and stuff like that, man. You gotta ask them questions, man. That's why the Lord gave us the ability to speak. Who you teachers, who you learn under. You know? Scriptures say, let all things be done decently and in order, man. And a lot of these guys, they're just self-willed. Because I remember when I first came out, even way before I went out, man, I was already contacting brothers in Dallas, man. I was already communicating with brothers in Dallas. They were giving me counsel on what to expect, and building me up in the spirit to not be afraid, and to go out in the highways and the byways, watching the videos. When the time when I would be able to make it to the library, you know. A lot of these guys, they think they got it. They got what it takes. But when you come into serving the Lord, you're gonna find out you didn't have what it took. You're not what you thought you were, man. Because it's not an easy thing, and it takes self-dignity and integrity when you come into the Word, man. When you come into serving the Lord, because it's not just like these modern day Christians out here, man. They're a bunch of fucking hypocrites, and at that, you have brothers that you have to attend to. You have to serve, like it said right there. It says, because, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved partakers of the benefit. You see? And a lot of guys, they're all about themselves, because they're in the world. That's what they were. They're narcissists. They're proud. They're selfish. You know, fucking crybabies because they didn't get their way or get what they wanted. That's where the real test begins, man. And brothers are gonna find that out quick, and you will get casted out. And when you're casted out, you're going to experience the things that you never thought would happen to you, man. You ain't gonna be going out into the highways and the byways no more. Your woman's gonna continue to be more wicked. She's gonna get more wicked. She's gonna abuse you. You know, and you're gonna be there like a simp. You know, you ain't gonna be a man. You know, that's what's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be you bug out, or you're gonna get real proud, man. You know, and it's like the last time I remember, if you ain't out on the highways and the byways doing the work consistently in and out of season, something's wrong. But yet there's guys getting credit as being inspirational because they speak a certain way, or because they're bringing out certain information. There's a whole broad of the spectrum that has to be fulfilled. There's somebody giving some lip service, man, or just trying to be seen of men. That's what all these certain guys, they want to be seen of men. And Kazakh over there in Mississippi can bear witness to this. I never wanted a damn camera. Why? Because I wasn't trying to be seen of men. I wanted to just do the work in my city and push that truth. But he gave me the understanding about there's brothers that would be inspired and that needed to hear. And I thank that brother for doing that. But you got guys out there that are eager. Shit, man, shit, I'm gonna get a cameraman. I'm gonna dress this way. I'm gonna have this certain garment. Shit, I'm gonna make a statement in Israel. I'm gonna show them how it's done. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. You know the Lord's looking at you and fucking and clowning on your ass. You're still the same nigga you were before you came in. It says, if any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud and knowing nothing. Right. So why aren't you going into the brotherly love? Why aren't you going into one's behavior, the conduct? King David learned that at a young age, man. He said he was wise. He was wise above all his fellows, man. And he conducted himself in a wise manner. You know? The guys are worried about speaking the meat. You know? They want to eat the meat. Not realizing that somewhere down the line they're going to get constipated and they're going to regurgitate that shit. Because you weren't ready for all that, man. It says, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmercies, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth. Because you're not fully endowed with the truth, man. Whenever you're being partial. You can't be partial. You gotta eat this whole roll, man. If you're a self-proclaimed prophet, right? That prophet is not only gonna be able to have the ability to speak and know future prophecy, future events, and foresee the future of individuals or certain circumstances that arise with certain people. You're gonna have the knowledge all the way around, man. You're gonna have the ability to go into the milk. Yahawashi did. Yahawashi is the main prophet, man. He's the son of the Most High, the Messiah, the anointed one that was endowed with the Holy Spirit, man, fully. And he went into all that. He went into future prophecy. He went into everything, man. Parables. He went into brotherly love, humbleness, meekness, sacrifice. It's like, brothers, you can't forget about that stuff, man. Why do you think Yahawashi rebuked the Pharisees and the scribes in Jeremiah or Matthew chapter 23, man? Because they were partial. You see, he told them you cannot leave neither one of these. How did he say it, Yahawashi? He said that about them. Basically, they're worrying about the tithing, you know, cumin and ness, right? But they omit the weightier matters of the law, such as judgment, faith, and mercy. And you cannot leave one of these undone. You can't be partial in it, man. Brothers can be like, yeah, it's self-explanatory on certain things, but not to certain people that need that guidance, man. You know? It says, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. Right. So they think that gaining all this knowledge, all this worldly knowledge, or this history, that's gain. You know? Outside of the wholesome words of Yahawashi, the engrafted word, his testimony, what he went through, what he died for, who he stood up for. He stood up for men, the disciples, man, that eventually acknowledged him as the Messiah and went out into the world to teach, man, and that were put to death. It says, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. That's right, man. You can't be eating that up, man. Based off, well, this brother's knowledgeable. This brother has a lot of information, and he has a lot to say. He has a lot of wit, you know. He's witty. He knows how to get around Jake, playing the semantics, you know. Can't forget about that stuff, man. And you brothers out there that are under certain brothers, you gotta be subject to them, man. And quit acting like you can do whatever the fuck you want, man. You know? It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. So godliness is where it's at, man. You want to be changed, transformed inside, the inner man. Okay? Being obedient, following the ways of Yahawashi, man. Alright? Let's go over here to Romans chapter 12. This is Romans 12 and 9. It says, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. Right, so it says let love be without dissimulation. What's dissimulation, man? It's being fake, fraud, feign. Alright, a gimmick, a counterfeit, an imposter. Let love be without dissimulation, man. And abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. Who's good? First and foremost, Yahawashi, man. And then you got your brothers, the brotherhood. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. And a lot of guys, they don't have that ability. And that's a big fulfillment of fulfilling. That's a big fulfilling of the aspect of serving Yahawashi. Fulfilling that whole spectrum of what is expected of a man of the Lord, man. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another, man. And comforting each other with these words as we see the day approaching, exhorting one another as we see the day approaching. It says, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Right? So how do you serve the Lord? By serving your brother. The Lord said it. Read it in the Gospels, man, if you don't believe what I have to say. It says, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, giving to hospitality, man. You see? Giving to hospitality. Service. Not eye service or lip service or being a man pleaser, man. Doing it as you're serving, as if you were serving Yahawashi. And consenting unto wholesome words, man. Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Going into the brotherhood. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Right, so be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things. That's just the way Jake is. They see something that's sparkly or blingy, blingy. All extravagant, But the Most High ain't dealing with that. The Most High is dealing with the lowly, man. The brother that is of low degree. The brother that's doing his father's business, man. That's not no respecter of persons. They ain't looking for no credit from fucking from certain people. He's just doing his business. It's like brothers are looking for the next brother that is on fire, man. That's gonna rejuvenate him. No, man, you gotta get out of that shit, man. This word is that fire, man. This word is that fuel, that oil. The only reason why things seem like it's going like it's kind of I don't want to say dying down, but because the Lord is about to return, man. The Lord is about to take away that grace and that mercy, man. He's about to close those doors to the doors of mercy. So what does the scripture say that the Spirit's gonna do? It's gonna hide itself, man. Truth ain't gonna be found. So what does that mean? That we did our job. But does it end there? No, because they're gonna be, however the Most High sets it up, there's gonna be individual men, women, and children, whatever the case may be. We're gonna still have to teach, but it ain't gonna be in the public. As we are right now, presenting our bodies a living sacrifice to be seen as a light upon a housetop, man, as a beacon of light. That this is the true church, this is the true way. It ain't gonna be like that soon, man. You cannot be giving credit to guys you don't know nothing about, man, that you have not questioned or examined yourself. There's been guys that I've questioned with my own self, but I reached out to a brother and be like, hey, have you heard anything about this brother? Because there were certain things that I seen that weren't right. But when you watch him, it's like, damn, he's doing his thing, right? But there's certain things that throw up red flags, so I have to reach out to brothers and be like, hey, have you heard or seen anything about this brother? Because this is what I seen, this is what or if you spoke to him, this is what I spoke to him about, this is what his response was, to make other brothers aware that this certain individual is not right, and not right in the doctrine, and he was corrected, and he despised that correction, you know. So it says, be not wise in your own conceits, man, but filter the things with the Spirit, you know. Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, there is no light in them. That word is what? The whole road. Not being partial. Okay? So hopefully this is edifying. Didn't mean to drag it out for so long. But, you know, it's just some things that have been on my spirit, man. You know, like I said, you're seeing a lot of camps, individuals popping up everywhere. I get on the live shows and there's so many different accounts that I ain't never seen. I don't know who these people are. Shalom, Khan, Zaquania. You know, not to myself, but to the brothers or the elder that's speaking. I don't know who these people are, man. Where they're just popping out everywhere. We were already told that this was gonna happen, man. But you cannot be tricked or deceived or seduced by these spirits. But to maintain and be circumspect, and ask Yahawashi to give you the spirit, the ability to discern and to see through these individuals.